Hello and good afternoon. Welcome everybody, and good morning to those of you in the Americas, and good evening to those of you in the oceanic regions on the east. So welcome to the stream. I'm glad to be with you again on YouTube. We spent a few days on Twitch. We did some test flying and stuff there. Today we're going to continue this wonderful IFR world tour from IVAO, and I hope you're going to enjoy it with me. As always, feel free to chat along. It makes the flight a bit more bearable if everybody just chirps in. As long as it's not too far off topic, we can definitely have a discussion or a Q&A session or something like that. So welcome to Gary, Yaku and Lloyd on Discord here with me. Hope you guys enjoy. I have not done much in terms of the planning and all. I know where to and from, those kind of things. So I'm just going to take it slow, step by step. And I just need to quickly read something here that Christer also said. Right. Christer is a very knowledgeable guy. Always find it interesting to read what he advises people to do. Okay. Right, so let us look at STKP. Where is STKP hiding? Did I restart it? No, I did not. There was an update, so I ran the update. Let's quickly fire it up.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Kirill? See, this thing changed in size again. So we're going to fly SBCG, Campo Grande, and we're going to go to SLCB, Chochabamba. There we go. Quickly copying the route here from the VA. For those of you who are part of the VA and who might not know about it, it's all preloaded for you guys. You can just join in, select it, and go fly. Right, so now we need to get the lay of the land. Let's see. 24 and a 06. Right, there's a couple of options there. This airport elevation is 8,360 feet. So let's have a look. Well, okay, when we've done the planning, we'll see what the density altitude is at that airport. Because if it's above 10,000, then we obviously need to make special precautions. Yaku, in essence, it's much of a muchness if you look at what they do in essence. Okay, we're talking the absolute foundation level. You've got a multiplayer network and you've got live air traffic controllers, and you need to fly according to air law. Okay, so that you get on both sides. VATSIM and IVAO both have got new VHF distorted codecs that you can use that uses all kinds of fancy telemetry values and things to make it sound nice and work nice. Okay, VATSIM has got Unicom voice already. IVAO will have it at some time in the future. It's not implemented yet, so on IVAO and on VATSIM at least in certain areas. And for certain reasons you would still use your text to communicate. What happened was me and the guys at IVAO started talking about taking Skymatix to a next level. We started talking about training, getting the training sorted where we can use their network and their air traffic controllers to introduce new pilots to online flying. So we've taken the sting out of the bee, so to speak, all right, or the wasp, whatever you want to call it, because a lot of guys get stage fright because of various different reasons. For some people are scared, literally, they shake because they're scared to press that push to talk button. They don't want to talk to ATC, and it happens in the real world as well. And knowing who you are, you'll appreciate that it points to the psyche of the person. Okay, so the one guy is scared, the one guy just doesn't want to, for this reason, that reason, and the other. Okay, so what we said, okay, let's take away the unknown. You know, some people are scared of the unknown, you know. um, and I'm using terms loosely. Please don't, if you are sitting there and you think, oh, I'm insulting you. I'm not. It's a loose term. There's many reasons why people, you know, don't take that plunge and just join it. It could be lack of knowledge and things like that as well, obviously. All right, so what we said is, let's take the sting out of this wasp, out of this bee, and let's create a safe space where an interested party can come and learn with the air traffic controller in place, where he doesn't mind to make a fool of himself or embarrass himself or feel uncomfortable because of X, Y, and Z. Okay, so it's about a safe space. IVAO immediately jumped on the plan, and they said, you know what, that's a good plan. We want to support you in that. And I apologize for the dogs barking. Mommy's obviously come home now, so it's a greeting committee. So anyway, to make a long story short, IVAO and us, as the Zibo pilots group using the Zibo mod, now have an agreement in place where we take newbies and we introduce them to the online flying game. You know, air traffic controllers, we introduce them to the air traffic controllers. We teach them how to talk with air traffic controller. We give them that safe space that fills the gap and the need, you know, and brings everything together. Okay, I couldn't arrange that on VATSIM, and I'm not going to go into specifics now, but it was like I was talking to a brick wall. I just couldn't get them to see my dream, which IVAO did. Subsequently to that, we also then started talking about the virtual airline, getting the Skymatix brand out there. Me and Denton started talking, I think in October already, in terms of doing this world tour together with the Zibo pilots in the Zibo, you know, everything Zibo related. And it then came to pass in December. We started the VA. We initially got the go ahead and we got the Skymatix brand and the name, the call sign registered on IVAO. So we have that on IVAO, we don't have that on VATSIM. That's another difference. We then started flying, and then we said, but why don't we go to the next level and start the VA? So we started the virtual airline. Now we've got Skymatix virtual airline. We've got almost 100 pilots flying in the VA already, actively participating. So it's growing. It grows very fast, it seems. So I'm happy. Then what happened, as the last final part of the story is, as a Zibo team member, me and Yeri and Zibo got involved with IVAO, and we actually all worked together to create the cell call feature. If you don't know what cell call is, it's this radio at the back here. So Yeri was the modeler, he made the model. Zibo, obviously the coder, he made the code work, and then together with the IVAO IT guys, their developers, me and Denton and everybody got involved. We started testing this thing, and we actually found that we worked really well professionally as well in terms of Zibo and IVAO. So there's other things we've been talking about, which I'm not going to talk about now, but you know, things are happening. So in terms of IVAO versus VATSIM, IVAO gives me personally and my people more than VATSIM did, and that's why we went with IVAO. So one of the things that they also give that you don't find on VATSIM, for instance, is the world tour that we're doing at this point in time. I mean, at the end of this world tour, we're all going to get little badges, you know, to say that we finished the world tour. And they've got all kinds of nice tours. Let me bring that onto the screen here quickly. And then we can also look at that second question, because I see that that has something to do with tours. So we'll look at that just now, while it's busy loading. Let me read the question quickly. George, this is the IFR World Tour 2021. So I'm going to bring the page up now. It has loaded. So this is the World Tour page. All right, and if we scroll down to the bottom, you'll see over there, it's the IFR World Tour 2021. I've completed 3 legs, and then obviously we are now doing that one that's highlighted. So there is in total 50 legs that we need to fly. And believe it or not, at least one of our team members have already finished it. He's gone through this flying. A lot of the guys are way ahead of me. You know, I'm just playing catch up now. So I said to them, I'm going to do 3 flights a weekend just to keep up, or try and keep up with some of them, because you know, once the bug bit them and they realized what it was and how they can benefit from it, these guys fly non-stop, man. I mean, I'm proud of them. I must tell you one thing, I'm really proud of them. Some of these guys a few weeks ago never even heard of IVAO, and today they're flying tours. Some of them have become air traffic controllers. Some of them have, you know, really just excelled, because we took them from the strange unknown and the worries about all of that, whatever it was. Like I said, I mean, I'm mentioning a few, but it might not necessarily be those ones. We took them from the unknown into a safe space. We worked on them, we gave them their wings, and I tell you what, these guys are flying freaking all over. I'm so proud of them. It is amazing to see what these guys have accomplished. No, the ATC coverage is not the same, Yaku. What happens is you need to go on this one. We've got the web eye. So let me open that for you and show you what the web eye looks like. I've also got it in my STKP. Good morning, Jordan. So if you keep an eye on something like VATSpy for VATSIM, or the IVAO web eye, which is this one, you can see the guys. This is what the IVAO network looks like at this point in time. Now I'm somewhere there. I'm not sure exactly where. Somewhere there. I think it's actually, oh, I haven't connected yet, that's why you can't see me. Yeah, those are the guys flying the same route that I'm flying. That's where I'm going to take off. That is Campo Grande. So you can't see me yet. I'm not connected. I'm going to fly the same route as those guys. But this is what the map looks like. Let's quickly go to STKP. See if we can show you a comparison. Maybe that'll help. Ooh, now this thing is too big again. Sorry, guys. Just need to fix this. Alright, so if we go to Mac, you're broadcasting me. Mac, hello.
Yes.
You're broadcasting me. I can hear myself in the background there.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries. I've turned your voice down slightly. Alright, okay. Right, so let's look at our live map. Amar, I'm good. How are you? Alright, so if you look at this map now, this is IVAO that you currently see. If we go to VATSIM and we look at their flights, and we look at their ATC. It's going to take a minute to update. Alright, the green aircraft, that's VATSIM. The red aircraft, that's IVAO. The red ATC, that is IVAO ATC, and the blue ATC, that is VATSIM ATC. So if you get STKP like this, you can easily make a comparison to see who's where. Now, what you will find between the two and the ATC coverage between the two is time of day is important, because time of day is related to where the guys, usually operate. And when we are asleep in South Africa, the US guys basically wake up, So time of day is very important. At this point in time, I see plenty more. There's one overlapping, it seems, but there's plenty more IVAO coverage than VATSIM traffic coverage, ATC coverage. But over here, we've got VATSIM, and there's VATSIM, and there's VATSIM where IVAO doesn't have. So you're going to have to check a map like this, and then you'll have to see. My best advice, to be honest to you, is join both networks. Go try both out and see which one you like more. But like I've already explained, VATSIM simply does not give us what IVAO gives us. So as a matter of loyalty and principle, as well as cost versus benefit, if I can use a stupid term like that in this instance, we get more value for money as the Zibo Pilots Group from IVAO than we do from VATSIM. We don't limit anybody. You can go fly VATSIM. I still keep my account active on VATSIM as well. It's always good to have a plan B and all those things, but I don't promote them like I promote IVAO, because IVAO promotes me. It's a very symbiotic relationship. I love working with them, and they apparently love working with us, so I hope that answers the question more. Right, I need to start looking at these airports and the stuff for the planning as well. SBCG. Right, so we have a runway 24 on this one. Okay. .243. Well, it's 3 knots, so it's basically wind calm. We can land anyway. So any of the runways. Let's have a look. 23. That's 8,000. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot for 32. Now, there's a couple of reasons for it. Number one, the altitude. Alright, if that thing pushes over 10,000, we're going to need more room to land, or we're going to have to brake harder, whichever comes first. Okay, so just for safety reasons, 32 and 14 will be a better option. So I think 32 is going to be my option. Right, what is nice about Sim Toolkit Pro is it actually gives you the wind component. So there's no significant head or tailwind, and if we go to 1.4, it actually tells us we've got a 1 knot tailwind. Right, all within limits, we can take that one, but I'm going to go for 3.2. Right, there is no arrivals here. Right, so that takes us to the airport. And then we do a teardrop. That will be my option right now. Okay. Right, so we're gonna copy the route and do our export. Let's paste this thing first. Right, I'm just gonna try quickly import this flight plan and then get a nice flight level. Alright, so active sky tells me 340 has better winds. Let's have a look. Yeah. Right, so we're gonna keep it on 340. Do I have everything? PSO. Create a flight plan.
Afternoon, Nico.
Hello, hello.
Wat er nog was jy?
Sierra Bravo Charlie Golf.
Okay, dankie. Joy.
Let me quickly copy this for Alex. Right, I'm going to pre-file this on IVAO quickly. And they're going nuts again. Apologies, guys. These Rottweilers go crazy, and now I can hear Mommy's back again. I don't know. Didn't even hear her leave the other time. Alright, so what is important over here is we need to say we're flying a world tour. So that needs to be ticked. We've got our call sign. That needs to be fine. We've got a time here. Let's see. I'm just going to mute my mic quickly. Alex, I'm not sure if you can actually hear me, but I did send you all the info just now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to increase my time here quickly, just a little bit in case he wants to come and join us. I'm going to add 5 minutes in there, just in case. Jaco, it is toy poms actually. The one is a miniature and the other one's just a normal Pomeranian. But it's a term that somebody here on the stream called them one day and it just stuck. It's two little brats, but they think they're Rottweilers, I'm telling you. Right, so that takes care of that. I want to quickly get my flight plan into my A course as well. And start my flight over there. Alright, so start with the basics and get some load in here.
Grounded to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Please call me through the menu when you're ready.
Right, guys, so I see we've got some lovely mountains coming up there. The guys are telling me it's some pretty views, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's one of the reasons I'm going to also alternate my world tour flights between our daytime and the other side's daytime. I'd like to see as much as possible. If it's unavoidable, we'll fly at night in the dark. But I'm going to do my best to just fly during daytime most of these flights. It has to be real time and all these things in terms of your flight sim speeds and stuff. So we might as well just make it look pretty while we're at that. Alright, our current QNH 1014. Just as a matter of interest, the density altitude on the destination is 10,589. So I hope as we get closer that it remains kind of like that, then I can show you a little bit of a different procedure for that one. And there is our teardrop. And the hold. Indigo around. Okay.
Skymatix, how I can
How you can what?
how I can call you?
Just call me Skymatix or Nico.
Okay, Nico. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Are you flying this leg with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Trim up.
Captain Hatch, fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Yaku. Oh, I forgot this thing on the screen. Sorry. One of the other things, I hope you're still watching. One of the other things that is unique to IVAO is this thing. Let me show you. This is what's called automatic unicom. So if you fly on the network or flew on it in the past, or you fly on VATSIM, you are used to having to type something and then you click send. Now what happens over here is you can actually just fill in the blanks. Which gate am I at? That is now a very good question. I can't remember. Let's have a look, see quickly. Gate 4. Okay, so what happens is we literally just fill in the blanks. Then if we look at our taxiways, we fill that in quickly. So we're going to do alpha. Alpha, runway 24. There's no left or right. We're going to use that. SID, our transition altitude is 5,000. Alright, that's it. So we filled in the blanks and this little tool creates the script for us. So when we're ready, we just click the button. You know, so there's no more having to type unless you have to. There are still circumstances where you really have to type. Had it before, but you know, under normal circumstances when you don't have ATC, that's just a quick fix. Hello Jean, hello Krister. Yes it is. Alright, so I'm basically ready to go. Kirill, are you ready? Yaku, julle reg?
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
This is setting up 084. I'll join you soon.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. Tow is now connected and the bypass pin is secured. Please release parking brake. Starting pushback now, and you may start your engine.
Before start procedure.
Before start procedure. Before start procedure completed.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine. (25 and 2).
Operation completed. Please set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Please
Starter
stand by.
cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine. (25 and 2).
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on your left, sir. See you next time and have a safe flight.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure completed. Flaps 5 set.
How's it, Pepka? Sasso Skisselkoff
Taxi lights on.
designed it. Not our Sasso, a different one. It's the same guy who made Librain and also the TPM 900. Well, it's pretty much incorporated already. How much more do you want it to be incorporated? That's an interesting idea you have. Share, do share. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete at. Stabilized.
Approaching 2-4.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
If you actually watch when the better pushback truck
On runway
noise
24.
gets out the cab and shows the pin, I think Nico doesn't he already?
It does show the pin, but from what I understand, what Pepka's saying is he wants an option to show it or not. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding what he's saying, but yeah, it definitely does show it. So it must be related to an option of showing it or not. I think that's part of standard safety procedures for him. He has to show it to us. You know, we need to,
Yeah.
all parties need to be sure that we're okay to go.
Stabilized.
And toga. So this is going to be a high landing, Mac. We're at 10,000, almost 600 feet on the destination.
Takeoff thrust set.
Well, it's useful for you to show everybody high altitude landing requirements again then?
Yeah.
80 knots. Throttle hold.
I'll let you control the level as to how far we go into it.
Okay.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up. Runway turn off, lights off.
Fair comment, Captain Pepka. I suppose it's just how in depth we go
Flaps 1
to
set.
reality. Just another step that perhaps complicates things, that's all.
Yeah. Look, by default there is that pop-up on your
Approaching
screen.
transition.
I just disabled mine
Flaps
because
upset.
I don't want to click on a button once I'm done. It's automated. You understand? So I don't know if that can substitute your idea, but anyway, I mean, if you just install it from scratch, you'll see there is like this extra step that we have to click. So just go check that out as well. But
Transition altitude.
think about it, come up with a plan, approach the guy.
Coach Rico is the man, as Nico said.
Yes. Yeah, that's his username.
Unfortunately, he's extremely busy at the moment writing software for a new aircraft.
Oh yeah. Well, there we see says climbing. Amar, this is Skymax version 5, but it's fast clouds. I took it off the beta because the beta is just too much for my system at this point in time. I've no idea what changed between version 4 and 5 and 6 and whatever. But whatever version I'm on now is very hard on my frames again. So I've just ticked the box, unticked the beta and gone to the fast clouds. But it is version 5. Yes, Gene, I actually noticed that. I'm quite looking forward to it. We're doing an ILS now, but it's going to be, you know, as precision as we can get it. So we'll see what happens. Hello, John Osborne. Welcome. I'm good. How are you?
You have to do a go around Nico.
I beg your pardon, you hope I do have to do one or don't have to do one?
You have to do one. It's going to be interesting.
Oh. I can try, but you're very soft there.
You doing ILS-Z or ILS-Y?
Zulu.
Right, okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. The route says, okay, from uniform Mike 793 to Charlie Bravo Alpha. But can you fly? That means you must fly directly to that VOR.
Yeah. You join the VOR overhead the airport, and then you go into the teardrop. So you need to set up your approach to include the transition.
No, because you can't go directly to Pork P. You must first overfly the VOR and then you make your teardrop turn.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
Did you come right, Jaco?
Which one? 084? Yes. Thanks.
Okay.
Good afternoon to Jacob Popperus as well.
Yes, Jaco, the one that we usually fly is the British Airways Comair one at our Tambo. Look at my YouTube channel, scroll down, you'll see some of the videos, or on my Facebook page, you'll see some of the videos we've taken from it. That's a big one I told you about earlier this afternoon.
What a lovely view from the window. Our Earth is beautiful.
I don't think so, Yakun, no. No. But I have access to it and I can arrange access to it. We'll talk offline.
Thousand to level off.
1,000 to go.
Hallo Damper, goeiemiddag. Jaco? Okay, I'm going to speak English so everybody can understand. What basically happened is the pilot monitoring will always follow the nose with the heading. That's a standard practice, because if all of a sudden they need to switch command mode or listen to ATC, the heading should be pointing forward. Otherwise, if that thing's pointing to the back, you're going to turn like hell to get this thing pointing to the front to get to the assigned new heading. Okay, so that's the first thing. I just don't always sit here and do it, but when I get bored and I'm not on, I'm actually speaking on Facebook to people now as well, so I'm not that bored, but I follow it or I don't follow it. Okay. Secondly, your course headings, both of them need to be set, or at least this one if you're going to do a single channel landing, to your runway heading. All right, and it has to be in white writing, not yellow strike through writing here on your primary flight display when you get there. But that's just for the ILS basically. Yeah, that's your approach course. If you need to do an approach and you have an approach course on your chart, you're going to set these two ones. Then obviously on your approach to the runway, that needs to be runway heading, because if you need to do a go around, you don't also want to go and find where this thing is. You want to just be able to use it as is. And we've just had a light flicker. I hope this power doesn't go off before the time. Guys, just a matter of interest while I'm talking about it. If I do lose the stream, I'll redo it at some point in time, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens, depending on the rage. Because we are expecting load shedding again, which is when we lose our electricity. If it goes, it goes. It will kill my PC, unfortunately. So I hope it doesn't happen while the stream is running. No, Yaku, no, nothing really in flight, no.
I had another thought, Nico, about that power issue, but we'll talk to you at post stream.
Okay, because Mac, I completely forgot to do the switch over to the batteries before I started the stream. And as the lights just dimmed, I thought to myself, oh man, I hope I didn't lose the stream. In fact, as we're talking, I'm quickly remotely logging to servers and stuff, and switching all of them off, making sure that we don't get crashes and weird things. It'd be funny, but the one's off already. How's that?
I think that might have been just from that little voltage drop.
I don't know. This server is running here like absolute crazy in the background, so it's very possible, Mac. I'll get myself an online UPS device one day. The next good deal I do in the business, I'll just get one. And we don't have to worry about this.
Yeah, the option you got with the current setup, I've actually got another suggestion for you.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's viable or not.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, the server actually did a reboot. It's back up now again. I can imagine.
Perhaps that power supply is looking dodgy, Nico.
Must be.
I know it's the last thing you want to hear, but
Yeah.
Today I'm really tired.
Yaku, sorry, I'm back now here on stream as well. I'm not sure. Probably, I can only imagine. Wait until she tells you she's boring instead of saying she's bored. That always makes me smile. Those are interesting formations. I wonder if in the real world that would be something like a solar plant or something. Weird, eh? Sure. Prozac, man, Prozac. Yeah, Bernardo is not going to sort anything. You need to fix a mind.
Where's it near, Nico, on the map?
I beg your pardon?
Where's it close to on the map?
Down the road from Puerto Suarez. Wherever that is.
Okay, go and have a look, shall I?
Yeah.
is it spelled again, Nico?
P-U-E-R-T-O and then S-U-A-R-E-Z. I don't mind, Yaku. She can go sleep it off. Maybe she feels better when she wakes up. Right, so let's have a look here. 389 nautical miles for top of descent. Hope you guys brought some snacks and beverages. It's a long one. And guys, just another friendly warning. I mean, it is nice of you to sit here and I love having you here, but always remember there's no obligation. And I'm saying that from this angle. Some of these world tour flights are like 4 or 5 hours per flight. It is going to be exhausting. So you guys must never feel bad if you come and go as you please. You know, just make sure you've got snacks and something to drink, and you know, come say hello every now and then. Check that I'm still alive. But this is going to be the longest flights I've ever dared to broadcast. Some of these ones, they are like 2,000 plus miles per flight. So you guys are welcome, obviously. Stay as long as you want, but don't feel bad if you feel you had enough and you had to go do something else. I just feel like I want to broadcast them because I want to have something for posterity. The last time I did this world flight thing, there was no record except for the little badge that I got at the end, you know. So I just, out of principle and the love of the game, I just want to just save it. So that's why I'm broadcasting also. Lekker.
Well, interesting, Nico. It also all looks agricultural, horticultural.
Okay.
Those triangle things. I can't find any solar panel though.
No, just the way that it's those rectangular shapes are all like linked up. I mean, it looks like roads or
Yeah,
something.
I know.
In them.
Yeah, I agree with you. But
Yeah.
when I zoom right in, there's like.
Gotcha. No, I get what you're saying. Well, we had a bit of a bump on that wing just now. It's a pity some of these authors look so
the reason for it either.
Yeah, no idea. Gene, yes, it is author, and I was just mumbling here that it's a pity that some of these authors really look so bad. I mean, yuck. You know? I cannot for the life of me imagine that a multi-billion-dollar satellite can take such terrible photos and that some idiot somewhere actually accepted them, you know, and published them. It just, I don't know, man. I mean, don't you have any pride in your work? Yeah, those are the kind of things that goes through my mind. I would never accept this bad nonsense. It is, but still.
I have to tell you, I often make mistakes when I'm worried.
So don't worry, Linda. I'm in control. You just sit there, look pretty. Don't worry.
She's still trying to remember whether she fed the cat before she left.
Yeah. It's a pity, Gene. I agree, Yakun. There's a couple of issues with this woman. And she's scared of flying. Believe it or not, you haven't heard her say that. She actually admits she's scared of flying. But she wanted to be a pilot. And she asks me, tell me, are you married, my friend? I just want to know. And then I go, why? Dominic. I'd love to know. I think it was the HR manager that got fired the other day.
I think her mother turned round and told her when she got to 30 it was time to leave the nest and it was the only way she knew to fly away.
Yeah. What? Lost my IVAO. Back up. Oh, really? Lucky you. Next time she asks me if I'm married, I'm gonna just test her. I'm gonna say no. Let's see what happens. I'll report back. Sounds good, Christer. Well, depending on what happens, I might have to send you a personal message. I might not broadcast it. Your Spanish is not my strong point either, Christer. Yeah, you get, I beg your pardon, you get certain regions where the guys struggle with English, eh?
Yeah, it happens in the UK as well.
Oh yeah, I've heard that too. Depends on where you come from. Yorkshire and those places can be dangerous. I hear. Where's Paul? No, he's not here. Okay, joke's gone. Yeah, some English people speak the Queen's English and some speak some English. I don't know. Uh, no, I tell you. All jokes aside, some of the dialects of English in the UK completely
I'm terribly
confuses me. I
hungry.
must be honest. I really struggle
Let's
to
order a
understand some
pizza.
of them. Then I also have to ask them.
Aye.
Yeah, I have to ask them. Guys, please just talk a bit slower and pronounce the words, complete. It's not British. It's British, for instance. And I go, it's British. I go, no, it's not British. Canadian English.
Whether you pronounce his H's is optional in England.
I
It's
pres-
hospital or hotel.
I hear you. It's funny. It's really funny. Yeah, text works. If all else fails, just text. But if you look at the way the younger generation is now texting and only using certain letters, and then you have to use your imagination to think what the rest of the word is, that also can be a problem. Just don't text like that. I saw a meme on Facebook the other day. The lady was on a baking Facebook page and she used all these stupid abbreviations that almost nobody could understand her. And at the end, it made kind of sense. She was asking, why did the recipe flop? Why didn't this cake come out? And the first person that answered said, well, if you read the recipe the way you wrote this message, anything is possible. Now, half of the words aren't there. What happened here? Strange. Krister, no, nothing. He's very busy at work, eh? Very, very busy. Our best talk time is like 1 a.m. in the morning. You know, if I'm awake, that's usually when we quickly exchange some information and so on. Anyway, in the last couple of days, I'm talking specifically last couple of days.
Good evening.
Hello, Pilot Sasso. I used your name in vain. Please forgive me.
Where? Sorry?
I used your name in vain on the forum.
No problem.
I didn't ask permission, so now I'm just saying sorry. No, it was for a good cause. Don't worry. You know, I'll never get you in trouble.
No problem.
We were talking about this dual trend vector. So
Okay.
I just said to the guys there that you and I reported this to Zibo as well, and we can confirm it's a problem.
Okay.
Yes. How are you doing?
Good. All good. You?
Yeah, also good. Doing a world tour flight.
Okay.
So yeah, I've got 262 nautical miles to go for top of descent.
Roger. I might do the Marrakesh to
I'm actually, to be honest, very afraid to fly.
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar, yeah. Okay, like last night.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was an awesome flight.
Did you use the route in the virtual airline?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, 25011 is gonna be runway 27.
Okay.
Even gusty wind, gusting 25.
Ooh.
Why? Why every time I wanna fly?
Now that's when it gets it. Yeah, well, what direction's it coming from?
This is
250. And it's 240, 15, gusting 25.
Oh, not quite the worst that direction then. If you look at the nav charts, there's one for the winds. It's when they come from an angle from the south.
Oh, we're gonna discover soon, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that flight going into Gibraltar last night is one of my all-time favorites. That was really awesome.
Right, Nico, if you're not that far from top of descent, are you going to start talking about the necessary preparedness for a high level altitude landing?
Yes, I've got my checklist open here and stuff like that. So when we get close, we are 249 nautical miles from top of descent. I'll wait till about 100 nautical miles from top of descent, then we'll run through the briefing.
No, that's fine.
Maybe a little bit earlier, but yeah, then we'll talk about the briefing and about the pressurization and the APU and all these things, because currently, I beg your pardon, yeah, the density altitude is currently 11,000 feet at that airport.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow. So
Yeah.
that's 3,000 higher than normal. The
Yes.
elevation data. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, John Osborne, thank you for stopping by. We'll check you later.
Sasso, just a quick question.
Yeah.
The there's a restriction, isn't there, on the maximum altitude an 800 is supposed to land at? Is that by elevation or is that by density altitude?
Should be elevation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because it takes into account all the different options for the density altitude.
Okay.
So it give you like the more strict value, of course. Nico?
Yes, sir.
If I share my screen here, I want to show you on Navigraph. I saw when you do the preparation that you have, instead of having the bar for Navigraph on the top, you have it at the bottom, like this bit here, the departure and arrival. You have it here on the bottom of somewhere.
Okay. Go to the very top left there in that bar. No, in that bar with the route. There's an arrow pointing left. Yeah, pull that thing. Yeah. Okay, click on it. GMMX. Click on GMMX. Open chart list. Right click on the airport. No, yeah, on the left, sorry. Yeah, down, there. There you go too fast. Up the airport one. Up, that one. Click on the pin. There's a pin. There it is.
Okay. So basically you're the one you want at the bottom.
Yes, so you just pin them. All the ones you want, you just pin
okay.
them.
Got it. I thought it was something else. Okay,
And
fine.
it doesn't matter which order you put them in, it puts them in the order of star, approach, airport, and sit for departure.
Yeah, it's all in proper chronological order.
Great, thank you so much. I'm gonna stop this, I'm gonna start the explain and then I will share again. You remember the flight level you used yesterday, Nico?
No, sir. Not even a clue. Excellent, Yaku. Excellent. Good news. I just hope my aircraft gets to land, that we don't lose the power. I'm gonna really be so upset if we lose the power right at the end.
So I think you were at 320 or 340.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Hello, Mr. Aka.
Hello, Mr. Nico.
Captain Pepka says hello, Aka.
Hello, Captain Pepka.
Are you married? My friend. I just want to know.
You see, we just spoke about that earlier. Christer, that freaking thing is silly. I saw your message. I saw about the event file. When I have time, my friend, I'll go sit and do that. I wish this bot was more intelligent so it didn't delete people's messages. Really. No, I think it interpreted a full stop somewhere as incorrect. It's the only thing I can think of, but it was too quick. I can't see them, can't go back. Silly thing. Yeah, skip the full stops, my friend, skip them. Daryl, it's all up to you. I think in terms of practice, it would give you a purpose to practice, so that's a good thing. It would give you routes and things, so you don't have to worry about creating routes. My only recommendation would be have the ATC sheet with you, so when you speak to ATC, that it doesn't overwhelm you. You know, make sure you know how to talk to them. Have it handy. If they talk to you, write down what they say, you know, so that you can read and say back what you need to say. So keep the ATC thing handy. Other than that, I mean, it's no different flying this than any other route. So I would highly recommend it in hindsight, thinking about it. Just, you know, take it easy. Keep your notes with you, things like that. You should be fine. Yeah, a notebook or a scratch pad, something where you can write. It's very important to write down what the ATC says so you can respond appropriately. In my case, I told you guys I've got a whiteboard with a whiteboard marker and an eraser lying here next to me. And the first thing I do when I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed is I start writing down. Alright, we have 159 nautical miles to go. I'm going to give it another 30 or so nauticals, and then I'm going to start with the briefing and talk you guys through this other thing. Definitely. Don't be shy to say please repeat. Or I didn't copy that. Please repeat for your call sign. The ATC won't bite you. Always just remember in your remarks at the bottom, right there, RMK/new pilot or something to that effect. So the guys have got no excuse to bite you. You know, if you have that remark that you are a new pilot and they bite you, then they're going to get in trouble. But if you forget that remark, then you're not going to have much recourse if you interfere with them and they don't realize you're a newbie, you know. So just make sure you put that remark in. Very important. Okay. So let's get all our goodies up on the screen here. Let's start talking. Okay, Pepco, enjoy. Thanks for joining us. All right. We are going to descend to 11,400 feet. So let's also quickly set this up. .11.4. Okay, I've already done the course heading of 321. That is fine. Our decision altitude seems to be this one. It is 8,692. So we're going to quickly dial that in. So that is in place. Then over there you can see our density altitude 11,008 feet, so that's very high level, very high. Transition altitude is 18,000, and we have 1024 on the altimeter. 024. Right, while we are here, let's quickly do our calculation. So we've got 4.1 ton of fuel. We're going to land with 3, so that's 1.1 ton down, which brings us to 65 tons. We're going to do flaps 30 landing, so that also takes care of that one for us. Right, okay, so we're going to come in somewhere from this side. Where's this thing on screen now? So we're going to come in somewhere from here. We're going to hit that VOR. We're going to take our teardrop and come back. We're going to hit the actual VOR a little bit higher than there. So you're talking mandatory 8,000, 18,000, 18,000. Then we're coming down 12,800 and then descending. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep an eye out for those things, see how it all pans out for us. We can run through the legs page just now as well, just to make sure. But now, okay, here's the trick. So this airport is situated at 8,360 feet elevation. That is on a good day. All right. But because of the temperatures and stuff, we now have a density altitude of 11,008. So what that means is there's a special procedure. This is what we want to have a look at now. Thank you, Krister. That helps. Alright, so let's quickly have a look. Where is this checklist? Let me show you the checklist. Alright, so for us to be able to land above 10,000 feet, okay, we are going to pass our transition altitude, and here's the kicker. This is where it all changes. We are going to start our APU in the air. So instead of waiting until we are on the ground, once we go past 18,000, we're going to start the APU. Not going to do anything with it at that point in time, but it's going to be up and running. It needs to be up and running before we go on to our approach. And the reason for that is this. We need to actually go through a routine where we're going to set up our overhead and our pressurization system, where we're going to flip these switches in a certain order, and this is going to allow us to use the APU to feed the passengers with oxygen so they don't die, and then we're going to switch off the engine bleeds completely, giving our engines additional power for this hot and high condition. Okay, in the event that we need to do a go around, if we do not have enough power, we're simply going to sink and crash. So we want to avoid those things at all costs. So APU for the packs, bleeds off for us, and we're going to enjoy coming into land. Alright, what typically should happen is once we are on the ground, our altitude horn should start to sound, which we can then silence if we want to, but it's going to warn us that we are above the 10,000 feet mark. Now, usually in the real world, I was told that the guys, the pilot and the co-pilot, have to perform their ground tasks wearing oxygen because of the danger associated with that high altitude. And yeah, that's about it. That's in a nutshell what we're going to do. So kind of a different way of doing it, but a safe way at least of doing it. Right, I'm going to continue just doing the normal preparations. We've got everything on the PFD set. What we also need to do is now the radio side of things. So let's go check this out. 110.5. And we do have 112.1. Alright, that is our VOR. And we should be able to see it. There we go, 140 DME straight. Krister, so you reckon that is now the correct formula? Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. That I'll change my formula in my training guide then. I haven't published it, so I'm okay. Hello, Uncle John.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. Feeling a lot better.
Good stuff. I'm glad.
You've enjoyed a nap then, John?
I don't see Mr. Mickey here, but when he comes, you're welcome to sing to him, Krister. Well, there you can see some proper mountains coming. Top of descent's almost here. Nah.
Right, I've got a quiz question for the stream, unless you're... It will need you to show a page, Nico.
Mm.
Get it to you. The picture. It had me flummoxed, Nico. It took me a while to find it.
Jim, I see that people are complaining about this load shedding. A lot of the area around us have already gone off.
posted you a link. Can
Yeah.
you tell me the type of the two aircraft? One of them's pretty obvious.
Yeah. One is the 146, but the other one?
Perhaps you could want to ask on the street.
Let's
There was
ask.
10 of them produced now, LOS.
How many?
10.
Only 10.
110. 110.
Right, so who can name these two aircraft? Tell us what they are. Good question, Mac. I don't know. I actually really don't know.
It had
Maybe a
You
146.
know,
Yeah, one of them is.
I got
One
great
of them's
manicure this time.
146. The one furthest away is
Four engine
146.
one, certainly not like the 146.
Right, you can tell because it's got 4 hair dryers on its wing.
I think Paul's the winner. Brian and Eliza.
What was Paul's answer?
Brian and Eliza. I asked to name them and he came up with names.
Sorry, Paul.
Brian and Eliza. There you go. Timon and Pumbaa. That would have been my answer. Anyway, no, I don't know. Come guys, have a guess.
I'll give you a couple of minutes, but then I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
What really threw me was when I went into Google and Wikipedia and all the rest of it. The one that is painted in British Airways colours, they don't even recognise that British Airways ever owned any.
Ah.
That was my thinking initially, another Genie, but no, it's not a BAE aircraft.
Wow, okay, that's even more interesting. So we're getting a couple of pressure differentials here, different pressures, sorry, rephrase that. Different pressures, we're going up and down as the pressure changes. Interesting.
Can you post that photograph?
I can try.
I can't do it, Nika, that's why I've sent you the link.
I've got it. Got it. There you go.
Tell me when you're ready for the clue so that you fit it in with whatever you're doing.
Give me a clue.
Originally, it didn't have jet engines, it had turboprops.
Ah. Okay.
Confirm it's not British Aerospace.
It's not British Aerospace.
It reminds me, if I look at the nose, of some other Piaggio something, you know, but I'm not sure.
Manufacturer starts with a D. D for Delta.
Davalent.
No.
So that's not a Comet. Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Douglas.
No. It's a Dornier 328 jet. And the Dornier 328 had turboprop engines.
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Mac.
Wow.
Did you like that little quiz?
Yeah, good one. Good.
110 made, but Wikipedia doesn't recognise that there was ever one British Airways colours. Although, if you go online, you can do a search and you can find a picture of one. Nice one, another genie.
Owing to the 146, I was fortunate to do the full flight simulator 146 in Luton. Had a good few hours on it.
Yeah, not obviously a very safe aircraft, but it was quite a smelly aircraft.
Whisper jet.
Yes. Well, it was always said it had hair dryers, but yeah, you used to get oil fumes into the pressurization quite often.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Even though, I mean, when you think that it was a Royal Flight aircraft, and it was chosen, I mean, that was one of the reasons it was always originally produced.
That was the one that 12 ran off the end of the runway.
Yeah, that's it.
He didn't fly it ever again.
Yeah. But what it was Dornier were going out of production. It was bought by Fairchild, and the criticism was there wasn't a market for a turboprop version, sufficient sales, and it was suggested that if it had turbofans, it might sell a lot better. Fairchild bought Dornier and carried on producing this Dornier 328 jet, but it didn't survive.
Sure. Okay. Yaku, no, I've never flown one of those ones.
Yes, it is, Krista. One of the first aircraft to be approved to land at London City Airport.
Yep. And we're going through the mountains. Here she comes. Look more, no hands. Right, so once we go under 18,000, we have 10,000 feet left. APU runs in 35 seconds, and then we need to start configuring according to our checklist.
Doing well, Nico. You've got 15 watching. Sorry. 16 watching, 18 watching, and 15 likes.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Approaching transition. 1000 to level off.
So, just want to check the weather. We're still at 1024. Density altitude 11,008 feet. Actual altitude 8,300
Approaching
and
transition.
something.
1000 to level off.
Right, almost there.
Flaps 1 set.
There's our report. Okay, for those of you that haven't seen it, there you have two trend vectors.
Transition level.
Right, so we've gone through the transition level and we're going to start our AP. There she goes.
For those that don't know, we're aware of the cause, we know what to correct. Just waiting for Zibo to decide which way he's going to go with it.
Yeah. The last thing we want right now is for our speed to run away with us. I'm actually going to pull flaps 5 now.
Flaps 5 set.
Gene,
Do you want me to answer that?
yeah, it's fine. I can quickly answer that.
Go on.
It's very simple. When Zibo received the latest developer copy of the terrain radar, it did not come with a trend vector. Whether that was by choice or not, I cannot tell you, but he then made his own trend vector. The difference is we didn't get the developer version from Dr. Gluck. He released the public version. So Zibo needs to now, or when we spoke to him a few days ago, he needed to go and load the public version to see what's happening. You understand? To see the two, because on his system he never saw that there were two trend vectors. He only saw the one that he put in there. So yeah, now that's about where we're at now. If you want to add something, Mac, you're welcome.
No, you're pretty well covered. The only reason why you got the forked tongue is obviously the mathematics behind the formula that they both used is subtly different. So
yes,
when you do steep back angle, we're actually getting slightly different turn radii.
Yeah. Not a feature, no, a bug. It's literally a mistake that needs to be resolved either on Dr. Gluck's side or Zibo's side. They just need to decide who's going to do it, you know, so that's all it is.
But in the meantime, Zibo flies with forked tongue.
Yes. That's all. Right, okay, so we should have our APU running. We are not going to go to APU power on the engines. What we are going to do is we're now going to look at our checklist. So right backs needs to go to auto, but I think they're there already, obviously. Then the left back switch needs to be, I beg your pardon, we skipped the isolation valve. The isolation valve needs to go to close, so we're closing that. that one stays on auto. Then we're switching off engine bleed there, APU bleed, and engine bleed. So now you can see that the pressures are changing. And what happens now is the APU is providing oxygen and pressure to the cabin, while we have all the power of the engines available to us in the event of a go-around, which we are hoping to avoid.
Which I'm quietly hoping we will have to do.
And I'm just going to leave it there for now.
The only reason I say that, folks, is because it looks quite an interesting.
Do you know any
go
funny
around
story?
Yeah.
I am so boring now. 1000 to level off. Thousand to level off.
1000 to go.
Nico,
Yes, sir.
you were able to change the RMP yesterday, correct?
Yes.
I can't.
What are you trying to use?
0.12
Okay,
on the
no,
Captain
no,
side.
Use
no.
0.12.
You can't use the 2. It's only a 0.1. I still need to ask Zibo if he's implemented the extra digit, because I
No,
also, yeah,
it's not required, Nico.
Is it?
I've been talking to Lloyd about this. I can show you the ICAO document and the
Localizer capture.
FAA documents. The recognised RNP is 0.1 and 0.3.
All
It
right.
doesn't go to two
Okay.
decimal places.
Okay.
We've been discussing with Gary H today about this RNP requirement, and it's to do with tolerances. You know,
Tolerance.
if you're flying 0.1, which is the specification for the 737-800, then you're in compliance with 0.12 anyway.
Okay,
But
so the
it
short
allows
answer,
for tolerance in calibration.
the short answer was I used 0.1.
Yeah. I'm gonna go there with 65 tons as a weight. I'm gonna use flaps 30 because of the wind and auto brake max.
Sounds about right.
We were going to ask you this one, Sasso. We thought you'd have the answer.
Well, we
the
always
flight
use
display.
0.3, so we never go below that. You should get, I guess, a particular permission or approval in terms of company to go beyond that safety margin.
On the flight display, it has 2 digits behind the decimal.
It does. Doesn't mean that it's made
Flaps
to use
15
them.
set.
Or supposed to. It could be a placeholder for the future.
There's an ICAO standard and an FAA standard, and they both only go to 0.1 or 0.3. That's the specified spec.
Flaps 30 set.
I can send you the links to the ICAO folder if you want information. That
Yeah,
I'm
why not?
referring to.
Glide slope capture.
There's the ICAO one.
Thank you.
If you want the, I know that you don't fly under FAA, but if you want the FAA one, I'll send you that as well.
Gonna make the 2000, Nico.
Sorry, Uncle John?
I said you're gonna make the 2000.
Yeah. Just. If I can get on batteries, I'm okay, because then I have 4 hours to do other stuff. I'll probably go do that. The problem just came in that I forgot to put myself on batteries, before I started this flight.
I just need to make sure you got this flight in.
Yeah.
Falling over.
Yes, sir.
In that case, I don't wish you a go around. I'll let you land and get it recorded.
Thank you.
Bless you, Mac.
I knew you would see the sense in it sometime.
You'll reckon it'd be an interesting go-around procedure with all these mountains around.
No, but we can come do this on our own.
Taxi
one
lights
day.
on.
In actual fact, it's surprising there's more space around this airfield than you think.
Yeah.
Well, you have still got 17 minutes.
With these people, you don't know. So some of the people are in the streets around us are already off. We very lucky. Can you believe that?
Approaching 3, 2.
Just keep your fingers crossed for the next couple of minutes.
Yes, sir.
Approaching minimums.
Is that a cow or is it the other one?
Cat. It's a cat.
Behave, Mac. Behave.
Tank rate. 100. Tank rate. Tank rate. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked.
Sorry, that's.
So, no idea how many times I've thanked you for that video you did.
For the landing.
Which one?
The landing.
The landing, sir.
Oh,
60
pleasure.
knots.
I hope it helps.
Well, let's put it this way, I keep getting 5 stars.
Great landing.
Nice then.
You are professional.
After landing procedure. Wow, I actually
After
like
landing
that. Let's
procedure.
see.
Nicely done, Nico.
Krister, 188 foot per minute. Oh yeah, we are on APU, so now what we can do is we can actually switch everything back. We're gonna leave the APU and just get
After
the
landing
engine leads
procedure
into
completed.
play. Thank you, Mr. Krister. Whew.
Flaps
Stressful
upset.
but good. I really like this. Thanks, Owen. Like a preparation.
Someone picking up Linda's bad habits.
Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Minutes.
Yes, sir. One hour and 58 minutes on this flight. Yeah, Krister, that's why I'm using this chronograph. I got Uncle John to do that, and now I'm just following suit now because that is my prompt over there.
Shutdown procedure completed.
Oi. Not a bad little airport, this. I must tell you one thing, I struggled to get this thing to load. I don't know why. I had to re-download it eventually and then it worked. So something happened in the first download. Didn't see any issue physically, but it just didn't want to work. So guys and girls, thank you so much for flying with Skymatix today. You guys, I hope you had a wonderful time. Tomorrow morning we're doing Gibraltar to Porto, just for the VA, and then tomorrow evening we're taking this airport further on to the next flight. Let's quickly go have a look, see what that looks like. So this is the VA stuff, and there we have it programmed. So let's go have a look, see. Right, so this is where we're at now, and we're going to end up at the coast. Sierra Papa, Sierra Oscar. You're welcome, Krister. Thanks for watching and spending time with us. Yeah, Owen, that's why I stream, my friend. Then you can pick up on everything and be ready for whatever hits you that time that you fly it.
Thanks, nothing on my way.
Are you on your way?
Yes, to your location.
You not going on? Stop, okay.
It's 4:22, sir. Almost 6 minutes. Hello, Carl. Welcome, welcome. All good. Hope you are well too. We've just landed here. Roberto. Very challenging airports. This was stressful, but so much fun. It was really, really amazing. I loved flying into this airport. I'm glad I've got some add-on scenery for it. Really good.
That's what comes of eating good food, Carl.
Yeah. Yeah, this is now the other side. We took off from SBCG. My friend, I've done most of these dangerous airports and things. We have done a lot of test flying the Zibo here because of the density, altitude and things. I'll go check up on that ICAO. I probably did it already, but good suggestion. Anyway, it's always good to come and try your hand here. I'm telling you, I love flying here in the mountains, hot and high conditions, and having to go through this whole bleeds off story and all. That's just magic, man. It's magic. Right, our 6 minutes is almost up. There you go. So we can stop here. Let us go offline. Yeah, Owen, the landing altitude, well, the density altitude here was 11,000. The actual altitude of the airport is 8,360 feet. So it was high. It was necessary to make a plan. Excellent.
Niku, what was your wind conditions now there?
0 wind almost. I think it was 3 knots.
Now, my position shows the 0 at 0 at 4 knots.
Yeah, 3-4 knots, same difference. Not much happening. That's just the meter. But I mean, it's so low it didn't even register on the system here. That's how low it was.
So I'll just stay where my approach will.
Alright, so my takeoff, and where's that whiteboard? Now we need to write, lest we forget. 54. See, now let me show you what happened here. There was the disconnect, so it comes in 2 segments. So that is our takeoff 1554, and then we need to go find the next one. Here's our landing. So the landing was at 1745. How's it, John? Yeah, you're welcome to join us on Discord by all means.
Minutes.
I beg your pardon, Uncle John?
Just letting you know, 3 minutes.
Okay, cool. Right, we are no longer on this network.
Oh, just quickly, Nico, posting the org store from Dr. Gluck. Sorry for double PTB, guys. I made a fix. Hopefully tomorrow, 1.24.1 will be released.
Okay, so he's taken the ownership of it. That's really cool of him. Did you see my post there as well? But doesn't matter. It's not important.
Of course it is important, Nico. When you've got something to tell.
Yeah.
I take it wasn't in the main thread.
No, it's in his one. There you go. Sorry guys, I made a fix. Hopefully tomorrow will be this. Well, there's a quick fix that you can download now if you want. See, there's my post. We were talking about it, and there's his response. So you guys can get it from his forum. Just get that fixed. But I mean, if he releases a whole new one tomorrow, you might as well wait.
Yeah. I shall miss
Approaching
my
Gibraltar.
I shall miss my full tub.
Okay, there's the fix. I just downloaded it. I'll install it anyway.
I just think it's interesting. I think it gives it a novelty factor.
Yeah.
The real developers get together and do it properly.
Yeah. I tell you what, he's also one of those good guys, you know. He's always very helpful, try to be at least.
Yeah.
I've got lots of respect for him.
All about planning.
Not him. Not this guy. Yeah.
Roads look a bit unrealistic. You expect to see numbers so that you can do paint by numbers, don't you?
Yeah. Bit of a shame, though, isn't it?
Oh, you guys.
Let's see, Nico. It's still windy in Gibraltar today. Let's see what I can do.
Okay. We have full faith in you, sir.
Oh, well.
Did you see that flight? Goes back. It was February 2019. Hit the headline news. Sasso.
The British one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. A friend of mine was. She was the FO.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you said. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You guys must have had a long talk. She's got a lot to talk about. Wow.
I've got to say, it's a good job Linda wasn't flying on that flight.
Oh, for sure.
I would have changed colour.
Guys, it's past 8. If I lose you now, please forgive me, but that was the stream. Thanks for watching. Our power can literally go off any second now, so then it will just crash out on me, unfortunately. Thanks for watching, gents and ladies, if there were any.
You got away with it, buddy.
Looks like it, Uncle John. I just want to run this credits quickly and see how far we can push it just before it actually bombs.